Hey there guys, again sorry for the lack of videos, just been having some technical issues, problems getting online here and there, time restraints and whatnot, so yeah, sorry for the lack of videos, and I've been sorting stuff out, so I should be able to get back to uploading regularly pretty soon. So I wanted to talk about the upcoming fight between Manny Pacquiao and Adrien Broner. It's happening later on this month. Pacquiao's going to be defending his WBA title against Broner. So let's talk about this fight. Now, immediately when I heard that this fight was happening, I was kind of having flashbacks to the Jeff Horn fight, and I want to talk about that for a moment. So basically, the point I want to make is when Manny Pacquiao fought Jeff Horn, and even after the fight with Jeff Horn, I don't think there's anybody who understands boxing who would argue the fact that Manny Pacquiao is a better fighter than Jeff Horn. I think we all know that. And Manny Pacquiao, I mean, name an attribute, he has it in his favour over Jeff Horn. I mean, Manny Pacquiao was the better boxer. Manny Pacquiao was quicker, faster, better balance, better skill, probably hits harder. Just way more experienced. Way more technically sound. Just a better fighter in every attribute. He was the better athlete. He was just a better fighter overall. Had all the advantages. But the problem is there were advantages that went Jeff Horn's way, which ultimately became the decider in the fight. And you guys know what advantages I'm talking about. First of all, obviously the fight was in Jeff Horn's backyard. Being in Australia and Brisbane meant he had a helping hand from the judges and the referee and whatnot. Jeff Horn was also the younger man. He was considerably younger than Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Manny Pacquiao was approaching 40 years old. Horn was still in his mid-20s, so he was pretty much at his prime, whereas Manny Pacquiao was considerably past his prime. And also the fact that Jeff Horn was a very dirty fighter, which of course gave him a significant advantage. He's fighting at home, he's the younger man, has more ambition at this point of his career, and he's very dirty. He's willing to cheat in order to get through the fight and win. And ultimately, it was those factors which all blended together and led to Jeff Horn being awarded the victory. And that kind of concerns me going into this Adrien Broner fight, because history could repeat itself here. Manny Pacquiao's 40 years old now. He's even older than he was against Jeff Horn. That fight was in 2017. We're now in 2019. He's going to be going to America to fight an American fighter in Adrien Broner. And I know Manny Pacquiao's fought in America many times before, but that's not the point. Okay, the fact of the matter is Adrien Broner is an American fighter. Okay, he's based there, he's lived there all his life, and more importantly, you can see the promoters favouring him. I mean, the fight's in America. It's going to be on Showtime, I believe. It's Al Heyman is involved. Adrien Broner has been with Al Heyman a lot longer than Manny Pacquiao has, so clearly, you get the sense that if politics are going to favour anybody here, it's not going to be Pacquiao, despite Pacquiao being the bigger name of the two. You marry that with the fact that Adrien Broner is much younger than Pacquiao, with the fact that Adrien Broner is a very dirty fighter. I mean, if you look at Adrien Broner's fights against Adrian Granados, for example, or his fight against Sean Porter, just look at how much holding Adrien Broner does in fights. Look at the elbows and stuff like that, and the headbutts and the low blows. Like, the guy's a very rough, very physical, very dirty fighter when he wants to be. And one thing I've observed watching Adrien Broner, he's one of these guys who he doesn't tend to get stopped. And what I mean is, if he's challenged in a fight, if he's overpowered, if he's overmatched, he'll find some way to sort of old man his way through a fight so he doesn't get stopped. Like against Mikey Garcia, he got completely outgunned and outboxed in that one, but he still made it the distance. Same against Sean Porter. He was able to hold on and grind his way through the fight. And against Maidana and against all these other guys that he's fought, Jesse Vargas, even fights where he's had issues, he's always shown the roughness and the toughness and the durability and and the craftiness and the dirtiness to just grit his way through these fights. And that's going to make it very difficult for Manny Pacquiao to get the stoppage. I would be surprised if he knocks Adrien Broner out, if I'm being honest, guys. And I know that he looked very good last time out in knocking out Lucas Matthysse, but let's be real, Lucas Matthysse is a guy who gets hit, and Lucas Matthysse is a guy who's been stopped before, so, it wasn't really a big surprise to me. And that's not to say that I'm picking Adrien Broner to win this fight. I'm not picking him to win the fight. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao is on another level to Broner in terms of ability, just like he was to Jeff Horn. Pacquiao, like I said, he's the quicker fighter. Better boxing skill, better technique. He hits harder. Had a much more accomplished career, much more experienced. He's a better fighter than Adrien Broner by far. I mean, if this was a prime Manny Pacquiao, if this was Manny Pacquiao from 2008 to 2010, that version of Manny Pacquiao, Broner would be getting knocked the fuck out. Let's be real. He would probably get dominated and stopped late, probably brutally knocked out late. Let's be real. But just a 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao against a prime Adrien Broner, I can see it being a rough fight. I can see it being a dirty fight. I can see Broner trying to hold Pacquiao and trying to foul him and trying to hit him behind the head and stuff like that. I could see him using his elbows. I could see him just, staying on the back foot, trying to counterpunch, kind of like Mayweather using the shoulder roll. And then when Pacquiao gets close, trying to hold him. And I could see Pacquiao outboxing Broner, but at the same time, I could just see Broner making it awkward. I could see him showboating. I could see him just really, really making it a horrible fight to watch. And I've got a feeling that this is going to be a fight that Manny Pacquiao may, let's just say at the end of this fight, he may be glad to see the back of Adrien Broner at the end of this fight. Sometimes when you got one fighter who's just so much better than the other, but after the fight, they're just like, I'd never want to fight that guy again because that guy was a pain in the ass. Kind of like when Joe Calzaghe fought Saki Obika, or when Joe Calzaghe fought Kabari Salem. You remember those fights? He was the better fighter than those two, the better boxer. But those two were just so awkward and so gritty and so rough in the ring. They would use their head, and they gave him some very tough fights. Those were some of the toughest fights of his career, in fact, against those type of fighters who were crude but were very crafty. And Adrien Broner is one of these guys. So I see it being a fight where Manny Pacquiao should win the fight. But the problem is, I'm just not sure at 40 years old how much ambition Pacquiao has left. I mean, I've been calling for Pacquiao to retire since 2012. I mean, I thought the guy should have retired then, but he's had some really impressive performances since then. But he's also had some uninspiring performances. So Manny Pacquiao, you just never know. You never know what you're going to get with him. I don't see him destroying Adrien Broner like he did to Lucas Matthysse, but I could see him beating Broner on points. I'm just not sure if he'll get the decision, and I'm not sure if the referee will check Broner's holding and shit like that. I could see it being a rough fight. I really can. I could see it being a dirty fight. See it being a difficult fight to watch. But Pacquiao should win the fight. That's the thing. Like, he's just so much better than Broner. I can't envision Broner like really doing a number on Pacquiao, unless Pacquiao's like completely shot. If he's shot to pieces, then Broner might have a chance. But I see Pacquiao winning. I'm just not 100% sure if it all goes his way. I see it being a difficult fight. I could totally see him getting robbed. I could totally see some fuckery involved there. I could see him getting maybe cut from a clash of heads. Pacquiao's been cut a lot in his career. Let's not forget. He's one of these guys who cuts. So I just think it's a difficult fight. I think it's an interesting fight. I think it's one that's going to be very, very rough. And I think, like I said, Pacquiao should win, but we'll wait and see, because at 40 years old, facing a guy much younger in that guy's backyard, you never know. So let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. God bless, and I promise there'll be more videos coming from me. I'm getting my shit together now, and I'll be uploading regularly soon. So let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. God bless.